Hey guys, how's it going? It is a gorgeous winter wonderland out here today. Look at this. You know, we got the snow day before yesterday, and it has just stuck around, which is wonderful. We do need the moisture, and honestly, any amount of snow is a good protective layer over our plants, and we are expecting some cold nights. Not as cold as it previously stated. I mean, I've been checking our forecast like morning, noon, and night. I'm on my weather app because for a while there, it was saying that we were gonna have three nights sub-zero, like a -4, a -2, and a -6. And now it's saying, like, as we get closer to that day, the temperature's rising. So it looks like our coldest night might be right around 7. I'm hoping it holds there. We'll see, or even improves from there. We have a wide variety of projects to work on today, starting right out here. I've got some rose pruning to do. This heavy load of snow has completely weighed down these branches. And there's Aaron. I know that this will make him happy. I'm gonna trim these up, Aaron.
Nice.
Yeah, so we can get through. Yeah.
It's amazing how green they are.
I know. The leaves still look, yeah, well, roses are kind of that way.
Yeah.
They don't look bad in the wintertime, but that's not the best. After that, we're gonna head to the Hartley and take down the Christmas tree, which I know is not super riveting, but it's something I need to get done. That won't take us long. I'm gonna water in there, probably fertilize while we're in there. And then I think I'm gonna start some Lisianthus seeds. The other 2 trays we have going are doing great. And now that we have our seeds from Johnny's that we just got in, I think week before last, we can get those going. And I do wanna do some cooking. So we're gonna make some creamy dill lemon chicken and some roasted rosemary potatoes. So we're going to be utilizing some of our crop, our potato and onion, shallot, garlic crop from last year, some rosemary, some lemons from our greenhouse. I did have to purchase dill because I do not have a dill plant at the moment, but it's so fun to be able to kind of rummage through and see what you've got and see what you can put together for dinner. So we'll do that together. Now this right here, there's real no rhyme or reason. I just kind of want to trim it up flush with the sidewalk. So I'm going to come in and I will still cut above, you know, a leaf node. They're completely frozen. This will not hurt the plant, you guys, because I'm going to be coming in and taking it way further down than this in the spring. And you can't have plants doing this, you know what I mean? Like, even if it was a risk to the plant, and it's not, I can't have stuff going over the sidewalk. In that case, I would probably need to consider moving this rose, and I don't want to move it. That's why I'm doing this. So yeah, gotta make it work. Oh, so much better. Oh yeah, so much better. Nobody's gonna be getting snagged by branches now. Kind of made a mess though. Okay. Task number 1 done, and now let's head to the Hartley. Sun is trying to burn through. It is gorgeous out here. There it is. I've got our Christmas tree box, a couple of totes, so I'm just gonna slowly work on dismantling this tree. You know, I have loved keeping this a little bit more on the natural side. I mean, I know there's a lot of gold and glitter and that kind of thing, but in terms of like extra color, it's brought in on more natural looking things, birds, oranges, butterflies. And so I was not in a hurry at all to take this tree down. In fact, you could leave this up for a while. I could leave it up for the rest of January, but I've got a lot of plants going on in here, and I really would like to start, you know, organizing those and getting ready for spring in here, even though it looks like that outside. It's nice to be doing something somewhere warm though. I've got my coffee. It's 65 in here, which the mini split, our heating and cooling system in here, has been keeping up beautifully. That's the unit right there. I mean, it's kind of a large unit. We still need to have it like painted gray or something like that. It would disappear a little bit, but honestly, I just see it as being kind of a necessary thing. It does a pretty good job keeping it cool if we want it to in the summer as well. But our goal in installing that wasn't to keep it like interior type temperatures, especially in the summertime when it's 100+ degrees and the sun is beating down on this thing, because until the maple trees around it create some kind of shade, it just could swelter in here. So we run it just to take the edge off, and it does get really warm, but we open all the windows and it stays manageable. I do have another heater in here, this one right here, which is just a plug-in unit, and I wheel it right into the center. In fact, Paul just brought this in this morning. We haven't used it up until now, and I won't use it until those really cold nights. It just helps produce a little bit more heat on this side so that that mini split isn't having to try to push heat all the way over here. Also, if I sound a little stuffed up today, it's because I am. I think I caught what the kids had, because you know, when you have a 2-year-old who's sick, she sneezes and coughs directly in your face. So I knew it was inevitable, it was gonna happen. It was a rough weekend for me, but I'm feeling much better today, and I could not stand to stay in the house another day. So I had to get out here and do some stuff. I'm feeling much better today though. It just sounds like I don't. Okay, let's get it done. It made it through the clouds, and it feels so good in here. It also feels nice to have it opened back up. Feels like I can breathe deeper. I turned the chandelier back on, which you probably won't be able to tell that now, but this evening, since we won't have the tree lights, we'll have that nice warm glow. And we do have the Christmas lights on all 4 of the evergreens. And we'll probably let those run at least till the end of January. It does bring a lot of light out here. The ornaments took up about 1.5 totes. I moved those into the barn. I can't move this box by myself. These things are so heavy and awkward. So I'll get help with that. After that is done, we can do a deep clean to the floor in here. We've got a ton of stuff. You know, leaf drop under the Lisianthus, which I'm gonna be moving to the other greenhouse here shortly. And then we can just start reorganizing in here. Everything's doing real well though. Okay, so as I was working in here, I was looking at the plants, and I watered day before yesterday in here. I don't think anything needs it today. So we get to skip that step, and we'll head out to the greenhouse and start our Lisianthus. We have 5 different varieties to start today. What are you doing, Douglas? What are you doing? It's feeling probably pretty good out there, right there in the sun. Look at yourself. Oh, and there's Russell. Nope, you can't come in, dude. You can go in the other greenhouse. We're all set up and ready to go. We've got our 5 varieties of Lisianthus, our seed trays, our seed starting mix, and I have 2 more water jugs that came from inside of the house that I'm gonna add some echinacea to, and we'll put these out with our other winter sowing containers. So let's run through our varieties. We've got the Roseanne Black Pearl, Voyage 2 First Love, Voyage 2 White Improved, Roseanne 3 Brown, and Voyage 2 Champagne. A couple of things about Lisianthus. They need to be started 12 to 13 weeks before your average last frost date. You can find that information by Googling average last frost date in your zip code. For us, that's April 29th. So by planting these today, they should be technically ready to be planted out by April the 8th. That doesn't mean that I should be planting them out by April the 8th. We usually wait till it's fairly warm, but I like to have a little bit of wiggle room because they grow so slow for me. They can take 2 to 3 weeks to germinate, so you know, you need to keep them moist until they do that. I keep humidity domes, which I'll show you here in a minute. I keep the domes on them until the entire tray is up, and then once they're up, we take the humidity dome off. There's also 4 different groups of Lisianthus, group 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I think for the most part today, we are, let's see, we've got 3 that are a group 2, one that's a group 3, and then I don't know what this one is. I'm guessing the black pearls are a group 3 as well. And what that tells you is when you can expect to harvest them, and it kind of goes with the seasons. Group 1, spring, group 2, summer, group 3, fall, group 4, winter. So your group 1 in spring, they like moderate light, moderate temperature. Group 2, summertime, they can take higher light, higher temperature. Group 3, fall, again back to moderate light, moderate temperature. And group 4 can take the lowest light and I think the lowest temperature. So if you plan to plant several varieties from different groups, then you'll have a longer harvest window. And I might even plant a few of ours out early if I can pop some hoops up with some harvest garden material. The 2 trays that we have going already, I could plant out earlier and maybe get some earlier blooms. Be fun. They also need light to germinate, so we are just going to be using a little bit of vermiculite to cover over the top of them, which just helps retain a little bit of moisture around the seeds, so I don't have to worry about them drying out so much. And they like temperatures around 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit to germinate. That's why they're going to go in the studio once we're done today. So same routine. I'm going to pre-moisten the seed starting mix. We're going to fill the trays. I'm going to make my tags for all the trays before I even put seeds in them so I don't get messed up and confused. And then we'll pop all of our seeds in, vermiculite, into the studio. Let's get it done. Okay, we're ready to put the seeds in the soil. I just wanted to stop real quick to show you what the seeds look like of the Lisianthus, because they do come pelleted, which means they're just covered in a little bit of clay to make them a little bit easier to handle. And you can see them too, which is quite nice. The only downside of pelleted seeds is that they do not have a long shelf life. So when you get them, you want to plant them that season if you can. I mean, you can save them for a year and try them the next year. I had pretty good luck with my Lisianthus that I had saved for 1 year. The seed that I had saved for 2 years, none of them came up. So I don't know if it's like that every time, but each one of these envelopes has 50 seeds. Each one of our seed trays has 24 cells, which means I'm going to do 2 seeds per cell, except for 2 cells will have 3 seeds. And then later on, we'll come in and divide and transplant seedlings if we want to. You could use larger seed trays and do just 1 seed per cell. But just in case we don't have 100% germination, I like to do multiple seeds per cell and then transplant later. Most of these have really high germ rates though, like 97, 96%. So I'm expecting quite a lot of plants from each one of these, hopefully. You can use like a wet toothpick to pick these up, or I just kind of get the end of my finger wet and they come up on your finger really easily. That's 2, 1. So I'm just going to continue that for the rest of these right here. And then our echinacea here will go 1/8 of an inch deep. So I'm just going to scatter seed and then just kind of turn the soil over like this. And then we'll tape these up and get them outside. So here we go. Oh, look at the others out here, all covered in snow. So now we wait the couple of weeks it takes for them to germinate. You can put them on a heat mat if you want to speed up that process, but I think the main thing is making sure that they stay moist until they do germinate, and then allowing them to dry just a little bit between watering. I need to pop a fan in here now that these are up and growing a little bit. We want some oscillating air in here to create really strong seedlings, and it helps with fungal issues and things like that. But the other thing I wanted to mention is that they are under grow lights, even the level that doesn't have any plants yet, because they do require light in order to germinate. So you want to expose those seeds to light. These lights go on for 16 hours a day. They're on a timer, and then they turn off for the night. So that's it for that part. So now we need to go get a basket, go to the root cellar, start gathering up stuff for our dinner. Okay. That looks good. 40 degrees, 51% humidity right now. It is full in here. Well, we do need a shallot, so I'm just gonna go ahead. This is a Bruin shallot right here. They're really long, they're huge. Grab that. And these are the Ed's red shallots right here. A little bit more like traditional shaped, I guess, but we'll use the Zabroon, try that out. I want a candy onion, our fancy garlic box, right here, and potatoes, Huckleberry Golds in this one. Everything's storing really well right now. I've already got a few potatoes inside, so that's all I'm gonna grab. That's a good start right there. But you guys, the rest of these, like we've got some onions up here, but we've got dahlias. Tons and tons of dahlias in here. We've got tons of potatoes, tons of onions. We've got tons of dahlias right here. Oh, and then we've got a bunch of winter squash down here. Little dahlia check, they're looking pretty good. The vermiculite's pretty dry though. We'll come in and spritz them. Oh, Douglas, you can't be in here. We'll spritz it with water here probably in the next week or so, just to maintain moisture, because the moisture level, the humidity in here is staying pretty low right now, which I would rather it be on the low side than the high side in here. You get out of here, Douglas. Okay, I always turn around and do a cat check. No cats in here, right? Nope. Okay, here we go. So I do want to make rosemary potatoes. I'm going to grab some fresh, but I remembered that my sister-in-law for Christmas, she put us together a basket full of home canned things that she made this year. Tons of jams. There's rosemary salt in there too that I thought I would pull out for this meal. I think that'll be really, really tasty. Since I have to grab my coffee, we'll grab some rosemary from our green stock, and I'll give you an update on our seedlings. Here's our Crispino iceberg lettuce. You can see we've got several seedlings coming up. And then this is our little windowsill planter full of radishes. And then we seeded this whole green stock garden, well, not the whole thing, whatever pockets were empty. We've got tons of seedlings, butter crunch lettuce, there's spinach in these levels. The carrots are taking a little bit of time to come up, but I am seeing some radishes down here. Some of our lettuce blends up here, right there, looking really good. And here's some rosemary. Perfect. Oh, we need lemons. There's one that's fallen off. Perfect. Isn't that great for the middle of winter? I love it. I've got everything in here ready to go, and it has started to snow just a little bit outside, and Erin has a fire going. It feels very cozy. So the potato portion of this is very easy. I'm just going to peel them, cube them up, and then we'll toss them with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. I'm going to use this rosemary salt and then some fresh rosemary as well, and we will just bake those in the oven at 450 degrees. I start checking them at about 15 minutes, depending on the size that I cube them up to be. And then the chicken is fairly easy too. What I'll do is prep everything because I've got a lot of chopping shopping to do, and then we'll put it all together. That's beautiful, babe.
Yeah.
I like all the colors. Can you go draw our family?
No.
No?
It has a lot of it. And it has a lot of pink on it. It has a lot of pink on it.
I see.
And it just messed all of it.
I see.
Here.
Yeah. You should go erase it and then draw a new picture and come show me.
This is
Oh, yeah. Ooh, messy. Olive oil. This is the rosemary salt right here. Oh, look at that. Smell it. It smells awesome. Pepper. This one's for you.
Daddy, 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 daddy.
Okay, babe. You can cut those up. Calls for 1 clove of garlic, so we are going to use 4. Is it tasty? Yeah. Smell that.
I don't like.
Well, it probably smells very different from what you're working with there. Nope. 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 Ooh. Oh, it smells good. Oh. All right, guys, I've got everything prepped and ready to go for our chicken. So potatoes are gonna go in because those will take the longest. We're gonna check them at 15 minutes. There we go. What in the world? Ooh, that's dill. You should go have your daddy smell it. I don't know. So the chicken's really easy to make, you guys. Just heat up some olive oil in the bottom of your pan until it's pretty hot, and then put your chicken cutlets in. So chicken breasts that have been sliced pretty thin, and I like to trim all the white stuff off. I like to have very clean meat. Yeah, baby?
Daddy doesn't care because he loves stuff.
Does Daddy love the dill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves to do.
Nice. And Benjamin's setting up a war over there with his army men. Anyway, once the chicken has been browned in the oil, we'll take the chicken out and we'll pop in the garlic and shallot and let that kind of fry down a little bit. And then we'll add in a little bit of chicken broth, some heavy cream, dill, lemon, and we'll let that become like a little bit of a thick sauce. And then we'll put the chicken back in there and kind of stir it around, put some fresh dill on top, and that is it. It's pretty dang simple and it tastes so fresh.
Remember, you told me I can't have them.
Right.
So you told me thick and hot.
There we go. Cook down a little bit. That smells good. Half a cup of chicken broth. half a cup of heavy cream. Oh, yum. And that is dinner. Aaron and my plates on the right, the kids on the left. Instead of a full-on salad, I did cucumbers and strawberries for them and the chicken and potatoes. And then Aaron and I with our full salads, potatoes and chicken. I cannot wait. I only have one part of the family over here. Benjamin, where'd everybody else go?
I don't know.
Well, there's Daddy's. Let me get you your plate. Okay, there's your plate.
Ooh.
There you go.
Daddy.
How does it taste?
That's good.
Nice. Chicken is good. The potatoes are done like the right consistency.
Yeah, they're right.
Okay guys, we're gonna enjoy our dinner. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and we will see you in the next one.